hope you enjoyed the intro there. Yeah, I thought I'd merge both my hobbies, fishing and music, put them together and record a bit of music for the start of the video. That's a song, you may recognise that song, but that's a song that I've been wanting to use for an intro for a while, especially coming into putting winter behind us and going into spring. I thought it'd be quite suitable. Hi, that's me made it here. Quite a nice walk up to the loch. Quite high up in the mountains here. I wouldn't be surprised, maybe this is potentially the highest pike loch in Scotland, or the UK maybe. Definitely up there anyway with one of them. So I'm going to have a little walk around. I've just got a little spinning rod with me, a couple of lures, keeping it light. So I'm going to have a wee walk around, work my way around the loch. Not all the way around the loch, but I'll have a walk around, look for some nice spots and hopefully get some fish as well. I noticed a lot of frogs when I was walking up to the loch. I imagine that's probably the pike's main diet up here. Food will be pretty scarce, so I thought that'll be the first lure I put on. And a frog attached a wire trace into my main line. So I'll give this a wee try first and then we'll see how it goes. The thing with this little frog, I can't really cast it out too far into the deeper water. So I'll give it a few casts with this and then I might put on something a bit more heavier. Yeah, I think I'll change this one. I've not got a clue where this come from. I don't know what lure it is. I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same. Got a nice bit of colour in it, a rattle. Yeah, but God knows where all these lures come from. I'm sure we've all got some in our box and I've no recollection of buying them. Right, I'll put this on, hopefully get a better cast with this and get a bit further out. I'll start casting up this way. I'll start maybe like 10 o'clock and then I'll work my way around. I'll let that lure sit for a second before I bring it in. Like I said, I've not got a clue where this lure come from or why it's in my box, but it is. So I've just found out it's a floating, it stays on the surface here. It doesn't sink at all by the looks of it. Maybe it's tangled actually, I'll check. No. At this point I changed my lure to a rubber perch lure, a sinking one. Thought maybe I'd try and bounce it along the bottom. I kept picking up a bit of weed, which was a good sign because I thought it was maybe just pebbles at the bottom. But picking up some of that weed let me know that there's hiding places for the pike to be. So I keep bringing in all this stuff, all these reeds. So what I'm going to do is, for instance, I'm casting here out this way, and I'm catching them reeds. I'm going to go slightly along this way until I find a point where I'm not bringing in any reeds, and that would tell me I'm right on the edge where all the pike will be hiding. So waiting on the smaller fish in the shallows, and they'll just be hanging around there waiting. So I'm going to bring this in towards this way and hopefully we'll get a bit of luck. I'm feeling a bit of reeds here just now. Saying that, I may be right in to the edge. What's this now? Yeah, more. So I'll keep bringing this stuff in, and if not I might just put on a floating lure and just bring it right over the top of them reeds. Actually I can see some in the water there. It seems quite sparse though, so Let's see what happens there. And this little stream comes out, so hopefully with that comes the food for all the little fish, and then the bigger fish won't be too far away. So I'll have a couple of casts here before I go around. Change again, I'm going to go for this popper. Just want to give it a try, see how it goes. This popper actually goes under the surface a bit, which is what I'm looking for. I'm going to get a decent cast with it, so we'll see. Might keep this lure on for a bit. I'll have another few casts here and move around again. Yeah. See, I haven't actually caught in a popper though. I've all got them in their box, but I never seem to catch on them. I make amazing footage though. Seen the big pike coming up and taking this lure right from the surface. Well, let's see. Thing is though, it's still quite cold up here. I mean, I'm not sure the pike are, how active the pike are just now. But a place like this wasn't really wanting to come up with dead baits and sit in one spot. Oh, there we go. Popper's working now. Right, another couple of casts here. I'll head right round that corner, or maybe on that peak. Sort of peak over there. New point, sorry, that comes out. I fished off a peak. I think I've got enough line for that. But I'll fish off that wee pish off. Sake. I'm not going to pish off that point. I'm going to fish off that point. I've changed this little rat lure. I had a frog on, but it's way too light, could barely cast it out. So I think this might be the closest thing to a frog I've got in my box, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, this lure's casts out good, doesn't pick up any of these reeds, and has a really good action in the water, so I think I'll be leaving this on for a bit. Yep, I think this will be the one that gets us a fish today. I'm sure you can see that in the water there. I was wondering what that noise was. It sounds almost like a busy road with all that snow melting up there. It's made a bit of a waterfall coming down this hill here. Make some noise. See all that snow up there? Oh, it's got to melt. Make its way down. So I've been here before fishing, well, fished briefly, caught a little jack, and always wanted to come back to properly fish for the day. So I had a look at my photos where I caught that old jack pike. I was like I'd been in some battles. It was all scarred, it was skinny. I'd seen a lot in a short time in this loch, so I thought there's going to be tons of fish in here. Up to now I've not got any, but I searched the location where that fish was caught, and it was right here. So I'm going to have another few casts here and see if we maybe catch the same fish again. that'd be something else. That's definitely gone now. It's got a bit. I'll put a picture in, let you see what that looked like. But yeah, I'll give it a try here. I'll have a few casts here, and I might try and get around to the other side of the loch and have a look for some good spots from there. There's this little stream here. Comes down, comes out here. So I'm going to have a few casts down this bit. It's really boggy. Kept my feet wet. Kept my feet dry all day. Up to now, my feet are absolutely soaking now. So great. Hopefully catch some fish now. So I'm going to go over onto this a little bit here. Jump over here. And yeah, I'll have a few casts here. Looks quite nice. Wow. Amazing view. So let's have a few casts here, see what we got on. I'm back where I started this morning. I've not got too much long left to fish. Maybe another half an hour or so. I'm going to have to watch the time. Don't get caught in the dark on the way back. As much as I want to fish here as long as possible, but I don't think it'd be very sensible. So I'm going to have another half an hour here, and then I'll have a nice slow walk back to the car. Right, getting very near the end of the day now. So another few casts I think, and that'll be me. I'll watch in case it gets dark soon. I'll have a couple of casts over this way. And then that'll be it for the day. So that's me done here today. No fish unfortunately, but glad to be out, glad I come today. It's an amazing place to come. And we're definitely going to be up fishing a lot of these mountain lochs a lot more this year. I've got a nice one planned probably later in the summer. Fishing for brown trout, been there quite a few times before. It's an amazing place, I think you guys will like it. So subscribe if you want to see that. Also, where else am I going soon? Yep, I'm going to be definitely doing more sea fishing. Oh, I'm going to the west coast as well. Fishing more places like this. Sea fishing for pollock. So that'll be coming up in the summer. Actually, my plan is just to catch fish. I'm not doing very well just now. I've put out a few videos and I've only caught in one of them. So yeah, so I need to buck up my ideas and start catching some fish for you guys. Right, well anyway, that's me off back to the car. Like and subscribe to this video please, if you enjoyed it, and I'll be back and hopefully with more fish, or some fish, one fish, that'll do me. Right, see you later on.